Using Chefsheet with billSync, you can enter purchases from all of your invoices using your camera phone, tablet, or scanner. To begin, you will need a billSync account. You can create an account at www.bill-sync.com. Complete billSync's quick sign-up process, which should take about 10 minutes. Once you have created a billSync account, click the gear icon, then Apps, and add Chefsheet as an app. Enter the email address you use when logging into Chefsheet, and you're all set. You can use billSync with Chefsheet to capture all of your invoices into QuickBooks or another accounting program. billSync will even write your own checks for you. For help with all billSync features, contact billSync support. You can send your invoices to billSync any time of the day or night. billSync will send your information to Chefsheet overnight at about 2 a.m. Pacific Time. When purchases from billSync are ready to import, you will see a number above the billSync button. This number is the number of items which are ready for import. If you have multiple restaurants in Chefsheet, be sure you're logged in to the restaurant for which you want to import purchases. If you'll be adding some purchases to one restaurant and others to another, start with one restaurant, switch, and then finish importing the others. To begin, press Import Purchases from billSync. You will see a list of items as found on your invoices with the invoice number, invoice date, vendor, price, quantity purchases, and cost. When Chefsheet sees an item for the first time, it will scan your inventory sheets and find matches. Here, you see the suggested matches with the most likely match first. In small text, you will see the sheet name and date in which the match has been found. If the same item appears in multiple sheets, you will see it displayed multiple times, but with different sheet names. Select the item with the sheet in which you want to capture the purchase. If you have not entered purchases into Chefsheet in the past, please view the tutorial, Purchases Tracking and Consumption. Chefsheet purchases are entered into specific sheets using the Purchase Tracker. In general, you would enter your purchases for the month into the sheet you will use to count the inventory at the end of month or other period. In November, for example, you would create a sheet called End of November. Enter your purchases throughout November into the sheet, and then at the end of November, count your inventory. The inventory item as it is, with the name, unit, vendor, and price, will be kept. The price and purchase amount will be recorded for this item. So, if you are matching Colombian regular coffee to an inventory item just called Reg Coffee, the name of your inventory item will not change. Also, regardless of the vendor name on the invoice, the vendor of your existing item will not change either. You are capturing the purchase values to an existing item. You can edit the price, date, invoice number, and quantity here before saving the purchase if you wish. If the item is present in your inventory and has not been found by Chefsheet, press the search button and search for the item by typing the item name. After you have matched items using this form, Chefsheet will remember and auto-suggest the same match the next time it sees this item on an invoice. If you have not before had this item in inventory, you can create a new item by pressing the plus button. The item name will be copied, which you can edit if you want. You then set the room, the category, vendor, etc. If you need to add a new vendor, you can click here. The vendor name will be copied from the invoice, but you will need to add the contact details to the form. You can create new rooms and categories as well. A note on price. Each time you update a price in Chefsheet, the date is captured. If the invoice date for the purchase you are importing is more recent than your last price update, the price for this item in both the count sheet and the purchase tracker will be updated as well as your price history reports. Continue matching or adding for all of the items on the invoices you have sent to billSync. If you do not wish to capture an item, press Discard. If an item from the invoice is tax or shipping, press the search and type tax or shipping to add the item as a tax or shipping amount. Once you have completed this, you can find the sheet or sheets with the purchases. Click Track Purchases and see or edit your work.